Okay. Oh, you know what? So we are live. I completely forgot that I had my microphone here. So we are live, but unfortunately, well, a few things actually. I don't expect anybody to be here because, for starters, my time is off. So I guess my computer is still logged in or connected to Texas because it says 4 o'clock here. But when I'm streaming on YouTube, it actually says we still have like what's up, Jason? Awesome. So I was actually just kind of getting into number one, I've got the time all mixed up here, and I do apologize for that. I don't know I guess because my computer is still tied to Texas, because streaming live right now, it actually says that I still have like an hour before I go live or when I'm supposed to go live. So I'm still trying to sort out all those details. But the lady that I'm interviewing did not get back to me today for some reason. And that's really okay. And I think maybe going live may make people feel a little uncomfortable, and that's really okay. I'm going to be as patient as I can with all of this, but I am speaking to more and more people that have been fighting the Suboxone fight. And I'm trying to get as many people as I possibly can comfortable with sharing their testimony and with sharing their journey, because I think it's incredibly, incredibly important. Over a year ago, I decided to come off of Suboxone, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever had to freaking do. And I documented my entire journey. And every time that I would post about Suboxone, it would go crazy. I mean, thousands and thousands of views. I mean, one of them is like 702,000 views. I mean, it became very clear to me that there were a lot of people that were affected by this. And so I started connecting with people and talking with people. And I started on this journey, but at the same time, I was taking care of my mother. And it was really hard for me to navigate both things. And so I had to take a leap of faith, and I left that situation with her. And now that I have the capacity to focus on myself and on my mission, I can put a lot more energy into this. But it's not easy getting people to want to come on and share their experience, and that's really okay. And I think what I'm going to actually do is just start asking if maybe people want to just record it instead. There are a few people that want to come on live, but I'm just trying to get them comfortable. But let me get back to wow, there's actually, oh my gosh, I really wasn't expecting this. I really wasn't. I wanted to start getting going again and getting people on here. Hey guys, hey, oh, it's making me emotional. Awesome. Very cool. You would love to come on. I'd love to have you on. I would love to have you on. Oh, I got goosebumps all over my body. I really appreciate everybody being here. So instead of me talking a little bit or interviewing this woman, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that I have been coming across. So, a year ago, I came off Suboxone. It was the hardest thing I had to do, like I've done. I started to document my journey, and more people were posting it and sharing it. And I was realizing how many people were affected by this. So then I created a Facebook page and started trying to rally as many people as I possibly could together to help each other navigate coming off of this drug, because it's the devil drug. It's a trap. And some of the things that I'm hearing is just unbelievable. I mean, so one of the first ladies that I spoke to, or one of the ladies that I spoke to, was one of the first people that was prescribed Suboxone. And she actually said that her doctor told her that she was like a diabetic that needed insulin, yet she just needed Suboxone for life. Excuse me? I'm sorry, but you don't need anything for life. And that's not the first time that I've heard that. This sounds like a script that they're giving out. I mean, I've heard this a couple of times now. I also spoke with another individual. I mean, the amount of time and energy that I am putting into this is unbelievable. And I spoke to another individual, and a couple of them actually, where their court ordered to be on Suboxone. So they had a choice to either go to jail, okay, or be placed on Suboxone. What the hell is up with that? That's crazy. That's absolute madness. This goes so deep. It's unbelievable. And I'm trying to get as many people as I possibly freaking can to come and share their testimony. It doesn't even have to be an hour. It doesn't even have to be 30 minutes. It can be like 15 minutes. Why were you on it? Who put you on it? How long have you been on it? You know, all the details surrounding Suboxone and surrounding Sublocade so that we can gain some knowledge with this and shine light and expose this. There are way too many people affected by this drug. It's absolutely insane. I'm too scared to come on recorded. I know. I need to try to keep that in mind. I need to keep you. I just follow your channel. I appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. The Earth Grid Rescue Mission, who makes methadone, also makes Oxycontin. You know, I'm trying to learn as much as I possibly can about this drug and everything that goes along with it. It's so corrupt. So as a matter of fact, check this out. So I actually have been invited to come and share my story at a reservation with it's like a treatment center where, you know, they're really trying to push Suboxone on these people. And there's just not enough awareness and wherewithal where they're at. And there's not enough people pushing up against this. And they're hoping that my story will help impact this whole situation. So I'm actually going face to face with this woman that is actually pushing Suboxone on prisoners that have drug charges that are about to get out of jail. She's targeting vulnerable people. You know, she's trying to get, I guess, the people that she's working with all on board to push Suboxone, you know, down everybody's throat. She is the exactly what I am going up against. And I really need to do some inner work before I see her, because there is a part of me that's just going to want to slap her, you know, and I have to really get a grip on that, because I talk to so many people that are affected, that are stuck, that feels like their soul is being sucked out from underneath. Like they feel so trapped. And to hear this woman, you know, doing what she's doing, it's like, you know, how does she really believe what she's doing is okay? Like, does she genuinely believe in what she's doing? I do believe that there are doctors that are indoctrinated to think what they're doing is okay. But I also believe there's a handful of them that know exactly what they're doing and they don't really give a shit. And I need to dig deep within myself, you know, before I go and meet this woman, because like I said, she's everything that I am up against. And, you know, this is an epidemic. I mean, this is an epidemic. There are so many people affected by this. But I will say this, I do believe I have come across some supplements, and I hate to even go here with this because, you know, the minute that somebody start getting onto something, I'm very reluctant to share these supplements that I think may help people with this process of coming off of Suboxone. So, and I know it actually works because I recently kind of battled my own battle with Kratom, and I'm on day 5 of being off of it, which it's, you know, Kratom is a pretty intense thing to come off of if you're using it in a way that you shouldn't be using it, right? And I'm on day 5 and I actually feel pretty decent. So I do believe I kind of had to go through that, experience that, so that maybe I can share it with the next person. I believe that this Suboxone and these opiates are depleting certain nutrients, which is causing you to have such a hard time to come off of this drug. And so by like putting these nutrients back in the body, it makes it a lot easier to tolerate. So I'm just going to read a couple of questions here. I don't plan on staying very long because I really wanted to interview. I really want someone to come on. I would like for someone to be interviewed. I'd like for them to share their story. But let me see here. I would slap her too. She obviously has no idea what it's like to be on it. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. You know, I see people advocating for this, and I'm like, there's one woman that's like all about the Suboxone, but it's like, you know, I experienced it, right? I've lived through it. I know what it's like. I know exactly what it feels like. So it's like, I know what I'm up against. Let's see. What switched from kratom to Amanita? I did do Amanita. But right now I'm using these supplements and I'm free and clear. So I think I found something that's going to help a lot of people. And it's because I moved from Oklahoma to Alabama and they would only allow a certain amount of patients. I never saw anyone in their counselor's office. Oklahoma was so many patients taken on. So the Suboxone clinic that I went to, actually, the Suboxone clinic that I went to, I didn't even see a counselor for an entire year. I was there for an entire year before I ever even saw a counselor. And I was just another number. They didn't even call me by my name. They called me by a number. I don't even remember my number. Everybody had a number. It was just this program, right? That you show up every day. You can be on a monthly prescription. It's just a program that sometimes somebody needs to just hear. You don't have to do this every day. You kind of need to be shaken out of that. But, well, I appreciate everybody showing up. I really do appreciate it. I was way behind. I didn't even know I was minutes behind. I know. I got to get this situated. I'm trying to push through some very stressful shit of my own. I'm dealing with some shit right now with my mom. It's really, really difficult, like being away from her, but I can't be there. So it was like I was debating on, do I hop on here and just talk a little bit and let them know I'm not going to be interviewing? Do I just cancel it all together? But I'm like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and let me just get on and talk for just a little bit. And I do also plan on having Chelsea Cotton. Chelsea was on the show like a year ago, and she had just made the jump to Sublocade. She had come off Suboxone and she had used Sublocade. And so she is willing to come back on, and she is willing to, tell us where she's at, how she's feeling, if it worked. And I think that's going to be beneficial because we need to hear all stories, all testimonies, because the more stories and testimonies we hear, the more knowledge it will bring to this, and the easier it will be for everybody to navigate it. So look forward to that interview. It was so good to see you guys. Jane, thanks for supporting me. Jeez, so good to see you. Hey, Gerald, nice to see you. Oh, let's see. I would love to come and talk about the addiction I went through and where I'm at now. And I had a spiritual awakening that had a big part to do with me healing and even being here today. I would love that. I would love that. Get in touch with me. Because that's what it's all about. Just interviewing and sharing our testimonies and sharing our experiences. So this is just kind of warming me up. Sorry about the background. I'm doing what I can with what I've got. So I don't have my own house. I'm like renting a room. So it's like everybody's out of town now. So I can actually kind of use the living room and not get in anybody's way. So anyways, y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me. I love you, love you, love you. And I promise I'll be back with an interview. Y'all have a wonderful day. Make sure you message me. I don't know if you message me on Facebook or however, but yeah, get a hold of me and let's set that up. I'd be glad. I will have a house to myself for a week. So maybe we can schedule something within the week. But you guys have a great evening. I'm going to go to work and we'll see you soon.